Hi, and welcome to my channel. I'm Janeta, Polish girl living in Taiwan. Today, I'm taking you on a fun adventure to one of Taiwan's classic theme parks, Jinhushan Fantasy World in Guken Yunlin. Last year, we explored Lipao Land in Taichung, but this year, we had the chance to visit Jinhushan Fantasy World thanks to a family day event organized by the company my husband works for. And let me tell you, it was quite the experience. We arrived bright and early, just as the park opened at 9 a.m. Fun fact, some rides don't start until 9:30 or 10, so if you are planning a visit, keep that in mind. Jinhushan Fantasy World has been around since 1988, making it one of Taiwan's older theme parks. It covers a massive 60 hectares, and a full-day adult ticket costs $999. One of the park's standout features? The longest outdoor escalator in Taiwan. Trust me, you will appreciate it, because the park is built on a hill and there is a lot of walking involved. The escalator is 63 meters long and takes about 2 minutes to ride. It's accompanied by a super long slide, which costs $100 per ride. Our day started with a bit of a surprise. We accidentally hopped onto a ride that swung high into the sky and swayed side to side. I managed okay, but our poor son, let's just say, he was not a fan. It took a little while before he was ready to try more rides. We also checked out the VR Dino attraction. The venue only accommodates 10 people at a time, so it's essential to book a reservation in advance. It was quite fun and definitely worth the wait. Next stop, Kiddyland. It's much calmer and perfect for helping little ones regain their confidence. While it was a bit too slow for me, it was exactly what our son needed. We only stayed there for a short while, because it was almost lunchtime and we had to rush to the hotel. The walk took a bit longer than expected, so we had to hurry. One perk of the family day event was lunch at the park's hotel restaurant. Unfortunately, it was just okay, not bad, but nothing to write home about. Compared to last year's event at Lipao Land, this one felt more low-key, with fewer attendees and a smaller setup. Despite the modest event, we had a blast exploring the park. After lunch, we checked out the horror train. It was fine. Since it's designed for kids, it's not really scary. So don't worry, nothing jumps out at you. It takes roughly 3 minutes to walk through the dark tunnel. Later, we went back to Kiddyland. Kiddyland was one of the busier areas, with a merry-go-round, a ball zone, and a mini roller coaster, which was one of the busiest rides. The people were so determined to make the balls fall down that some even took off their clothes to move faster. The balls were sucked up to the very top, where they were collected until they were heavy enough. When the alarm sounded, everyone eagerly waited for the balls to come flying down. It was quite loud inside, yet, surprisingly, some people seemed to be sleeping, even with kids playing all around them. After a few gentle rides and some fun playing the ball zone, our son surprised us by wanting to try the pirate ship. He was hesitant at first, but ended up loving it so much that we rode it 3 or 4 times. So, is Jianhushan Fancy World worth visiting? If you are looking for a quieter, more relaxed theme park experience, it's definitely a good option. But the park does feel a bit dated, and you might find it repetitive if you have tried all the rides. Since we visited in late November, the water park section was closed. It only opens from June to August. But the upside? No crowds. Unlike Legoland, where you can wait in line forever, here we walk straight onto most rides. Some rides were so empty that we could go on multiple times without waiting. By afternoon, some rides had just one person on them. If you are a thrill seeker, you will love their 2 major roller coasters. Diving Machine G5, a dive coaster that plunges straight down, similar to Oblivion at Alton Towers in the UK. As well as Insane Speed, a floorless coaster that will have you screaming all the way through. Another must-try is the Skywheel, an 88-meter ferry wheel with 50 passenger capsules. The panoramic views of the Jiangnan Plain are breathtaking, especially at sunset. Since the park is on a hill, be prepared for a lot of uphill walking. From the parking lot to the entrance, it took us about 15 minutes, including several escalators. So wear comfy shoes and plan for a bit of extra time. We also tried the train ride, which takes about 10 minutes to go around. By 4 p.m., the park was nearly empty, leaving us wondering about its future. After that, we headed to the small roller coaster, the most popular attraction there, with about a 20-minute wait. Since the park opened, there were always people lining up for it. It wasn't very fast, but it picked up speed with each turn, and at one point, I ended up hitting my arm. As the sun began to set, we headed back to the ferry wheel to catch the sunset. The park looked almost deserted by then, and the cooler evening air made it feel even more peaceful. On the bright side, Jianhushan Fancy World is a popular spot for New Year's Eve celebrations, with a spectacular fireworks show launched from the ferry wheel cabins. We haven't experienced it yet, but maybe next year, now that our son might be able to stay up until midnight. Before leaving the theme park, we decided to check out the Mirror Zone. Before entering, it's mandatory to wear gloves, so it's a good idea to turn on your camera beforehand. If you don't follow the footprints on the floor, you will easily get lost. It's almost impossible to tell which way to go. Thanks for joining me on this adventure. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more fun content from Taiwan. See you next time. Bye!